I first walked through these doors in 1994 as a middle schooler. Like, I think the school has gone through like so many different changes I've seen, but like I really appreciate at least the current facade that hasn't changed. The red brick definitely always takes me back. I think what I appreciate about TS is just all the people I met, friends, teachers, those kind of stuck with me has stuck with me all of my life up until now, from then until now. I finished TS in 2001, and I applied to a lot of schools that I thought I wanted in my top tier, and obviously some safety ones. And my safety school, as silly as it was to say, was the University of Southern California. Thanks to TS and my AP courses, I managed to finish USC in 3 years and get out a year early. And then from there, I decided to move to New York, work in the film industry over there. I want to definitely credit, I think, my mom for giving me the space and chance and try this out, because it's definitely not the typical, like, you land your dream job, you're set, you have a path. I definitely didn't have this linear path where all the pieces were laid out for me, or that I knew what was next, right? I had to struggle. I think going to New York was the best place to struggle. I had a chance to, I think, try a lot in the realm of film and just try to figure out if this is really what I wanted to do. And I did it. When I started in film, I had basically like two passions from that point on. It was film and, oddly enough, Apple products, because when you get into film, at least at that time, you had to get a Mac and, edit things, organize things all on a Mac. I came to California, where there weren't that many, filming on-set location type of opportunities, then might as well chase Apple, which is the only other thing I kind of otherwise know very well. So, I'm not an engineer, I wasn't a software engineer of any kind. So decided to just start in the retail store, start back at ground zero. I worked in the store, and lucky enough to have the opportunity to be at the right place and right time, where at that time apps were now suddenly propelling to the forefront. The world needed experts to recommend which were the best apps. Had an opportunity to join the corporate team of the App Store, which at the time was a brand new thing. Managed to find that team, join that team, and be a part of that team for the past 15 years. I think success comes in a lot of different forms, and it overall is going to change across your life. I have a different definition of success now in making the decision to leave, a job that maybe most people would say, well, you're crazy to leave. But I feel like I want to prioritize other important personal things in life. The one constant probably is that you always want to keep chasing. If you have the chance to keep chasing that, that should ideally be the goal. And it's okay to fail at it. It might be frustrating, it's going to be hard. And then definitely there's been a lot of lows in life to the highs that I've experienced, but I think that's just life. When you're out there in the real world, you got to be comfortable with dealing with failure, overcoming it, and persevering through to the next step. And I think you don't find success without having a lot of failure and failing a lot. And I think this school was kind of an early microcosm to the longer run of things. It's a long journey, and I think for all those people that are just fixated on just the very short part of getting out of school and making it, things don't happen that quick, and things kind of do have a way of going around in different circles until you find the right place to settle in. Having kids is obviously, it's a little cliche, but yeah, having kids kind of is a very different extension of that, where you start to think about their future in parallel to your own future. It's not just about yourself anymore. Obviously, that was a big part of it, and I think for me, I wanted my kids to have a chance to have the opportunity that I went through growing up, of which TS was a very big part of. having those opportunities to fail, to try, and if you find success, find success. If you find success early on, great, but failure is always going to come at some point. You need a challenge at some point to test you, and things are not always just going to be a smooth ride. I think also it's not always just about hitting the grade or hearing the performance. There's so much more in how you're going to be evaluated over anything that you're trying to go for, over just I checked a box and give me the reward. Tying this back to TAS, I think makes me think back to all the chances I had in getting to know so many different friends or faculty, and building up that skill of empathy, and I think that shaped a lot of my career, where I could even though I wasn't technical, I could use my people skills to the advantage, and end up having the opportunities that I've had. I had like a lead role in the school play. I was kind of like, getting in the groove of everything. I think I made IASIS drama that year too. And then come junior year, you kind of, you make it one year, you kind of think that, oh, I've got this. I'm part of I have the in, and it turns out that I didn't make the cut ultimately in IASIS drama that year. I remember feeling like a really big hit. Like, oh, like that was I didn't make it. What am I going to do? Everyone else, all my other friends made it. Like you have all these emotions that come about, and but at the end of the day, that's the biggest test of figuring out, do I still love this thing that I'm doing? If you do, keep doing it. If you don't, fine, put it aside and move on. Maybe also my teacher, him at least providing the opportunity to direct plays rather than just perform in them, I think opened up a different avenue and way of thinking for me that gave me the confidence in my senior year to join the IASIS team again, not only as a performer, but almost as a kind of co-director, which was a very different kind of creative experience that I found. Sometimes those failures are momentarily and open up new doors that you might never have thought of, if not more important or better doors. All of the experiences I've had that I might have thought like, that's not the top of whatever, or not exactly what I wanted. Oh, like I didn't get into this school, or in my film school, I wasn't like a film production major, I was just a critical studies major. But now I realize that like some of these things actually were much more invaluable in the long run. You're not going to know it then and then, right. But when you look back on it, if you keep going down the path rather than calling it quits or letting it get to you, I think the net outcome can be much more valuable than you ever thought it ever was. At this present time, I think having the opportunity to have both of my kids here at this school and starting that path that I described, that I encountered, I think gives me a lot of pride and joy. I have a lot of love for the school. I really believe in the opportunities that it presents for all the students. So having the opportunity to have that for my own kids is incredibly special. I think in the past, maybe my sense of accomplishment and success would have been measured in things of like, oh, did I either get this promotion, or did I get this particular job or opportunity? But I think for me, I've been lucky. I know this is not the case not everyone always has this chance or even knows that they want to pursue this, but I've always pursued and followed things that I was incredibly passionate about. The path always changes, and I think you just got to be ready for it. I think it's fine to have a particular goal and passion in the present and to chase that to its end, but know that if it ends, be ready, be open to change. And it's hard. It's easy to say this in words. It's a very different thing to live through it. And I know there's all these other factors that kind of come into play. You're going to have pressures that you put on yourself, pressures that maybe your family's putting upon you or your peers. But I think having a belief in yourself and sticking with the path and your passions is probably the most valuable thing. And you have that opportunity right now at this school and later on to keep pursuing these things and find success. Success you might find success in the places that when you're not in the places where you're not looking for it. But rather than just trying to chase one specific form of success, I think success can come in many different forms, and I think I'm living proof of that in my journey.